What's up, guys? Welcome back to Free Will. This is Tony Scardino. This week, we are going to get into a little bit from our way past episode called Soul System. We're going to dive deep into that again because today we're going to tap into a little bit of our chakras and the symbolism of our chakras within the body to the universe and how it connects to the world within us. So, gonna do imagery again on the YouTube video to make things make more sense. I'm gonna start implementing a lot of visuals for these episodes from now on because I think it's cooler when you get to see it and maybe helps understand more. To start off, why are we going to go over this today? Because when you know this information, you can tap more into yourself and use that as a benefit for your life, how you want to live. So, Earth, EARTH. Take the H, throw it to the front. There you have heart. So the Earth is our heart of the system. The electromagnetic spectrum. We might have learned this as kids. Roy G. Biv. We have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. The electromagnetic spectrum serves importance to us because it represents our light. So when we talk about energy beings, the term is also known as light beings. The electromagnetic spectrum represents our type of light. Taking a step back, we are matter, which is the physical world, and then we have a soul, which is the spiritual world. Our matter mixed with our soul, our mind, combines to create our consciousness, our living consciousness. So we're going to focus on the soul part of it, the light part of it, what makes us energy, how the energy is light in our beings, light in this body that is matter, and that is Roy G. Biv. All right. Why? We are the sons of God. We are the sun. The sun resembles the Father, the path that we walk. We're going to focus on the number 7 today because in the electromagnetic spectrum, there are 7 colors of light. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So to start it off, you are a star. Because you are a light being, you are a star. Okay, where am I going? Mr., minister, sister. In Latin, stir translates to star. So we start in the stars, and then our star goes through the 7 energies. So with this lucky number 7, we also have 7 chakras. You might have heard of them. We have the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. You might have heard of chakras before. Chakras are the energies that hold within, and we are going to go over these energies. How does it connect to the electromagnetic spectrum? Because the colors in the chakras are those energies to the electromagnetic spectrum. There's 7, and there's 7. Roy G. Biv. How does this connect to you? By understanding these colors and understanding your chakras, you are going to understand your energy within. And by understanding that, you're going to be able to analyze and control that energy in order for you to prosper and succeed in the physical world. Going over the energies in each chakra. Start at the bottom, the root chakra. The root chakra stands for safety, security, and stability. When this energy is activated, you feel grounded and fearless. Then we have the sacral chakra, above the root, in the pubic area. This chakra resembles your creative, pleasurable, and joyful energy. When this chakra is activated, you can fully express your emotions. Above that, we have the solar plexus chakra in the tummy, and this chakra's theme is will, confidence, self-esteem, and the ego. This is where you get crap done. Kind of literally. But this is where you go after it. Go after what you want and start putting in action. Above that, in the chest, we have the heart chakra. This is the bridge between earth and spirit. Keep that in mind as we go through this. This is the energy where you love and to be loved. You have gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance, etc. Above that, we have the throat chakra. This is your self-expression, where you find your honesty, your voice, integrity. When this chakra is activated, you are not afraid to speak your truth. Above that, we have the third eye chakra. This is where your intuition lies, perception, imagination, inner wisdom. This is where you honor and listen to that inner compass and open up to see the bigger picture. Lastly, but not least, we have the crown chakra at the top of your head. This is your spirituality, your enlightenment, the bliss, peace, and unity. And this energy is where you transcend the limitations of the physical world and you within it. Let's keep focusing on the colors. When I brought up the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, right here in your chest, I mentioned that it was a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. That's because if you notice in the list of chakras and their themes, the ones at the bottom under the heart, solar plexus, sacral root, that all represents your personality in the physical world, where you go after it, fully express your emotions, and feel grounded and safe. These are things in earth, in matter, in the physical world. When we go up above the heart, we have throat, third eye, and crown. This is your spirit acting, your voice, your perception, your unity and peace. So going back to the electromagnetic spectrum, the heart chakra, the color is green. Heart, take that H, is earth. The color green represents the earth, and that is why it is in the middle of the electromagnetic spectrum. It is the bridge. In the electromagnetic spectrum, above green, we have the color blue, which represents the sky, the heavens. How do we open our chakras? So again, it's important to open up these chakras so you can feel fully activated. If you're an energy being, you want to feel that full charge, right? Last week, we talked about the serpent. That is the full charge going up to the pineal gland through the crown. So in the spiritual world, we have crystal energy, listening to certain sound waves to pick up on that frequency, guided meditations, certain hand signs. So people will use these practices to help activate these chakras. Now, when you dive into these topics, these concepts on the media, listening to people talk about them, the average person that's not exactly interested in it gets overwhelmed, or not even overwhelmed, maybe underwhelmed, and doesn't really care about it because the spiritual community tends to take an exaggeration on these practices. That is something that I don't necessarily agree with. Same thing with drugs. A lot of people in the spiritual world community, they like to take psychedelics, things like ayahuasca and DMT and shrooms to feel connected and tapped in. I think these practices tend to scare off a majority of the people from understanding what the heck they're talking about. And it kind of takes identification of, let's say, the crystals, when that blew up, it took a negative theme. Even astrology, they take a negative theme because it gets too much of an identification. And our purpose here is to align with our chakras, to disidentify with the ego, to recognize the matter, and to realize that identification equals separation, which means you are still acting within the physical. To reach that crown chakra, the third eye and crown, you want unity. So when you identify with the self, you are in the prison of the matrix, of the system of the physical, and you are not allowing your full energies to activate. So that community sometimes, just like anything else, when you're identifying with something, you tend to keep going extreme. We see it politically, we see it religiously, throughout society and groups. We tend to want to group. That is because that is within our mammal DNA, is herds and groups. We like to feel a part of something, but you have to find the detachment within the knowledge. But not only just the detachment, but the openness to still understand the knowledge. So that's why we're going over this. Going off of what I was saying before, we have these meditations, these crystal practices, listening to sound waves. We have certain sound waves that people will listen to help activate. The sound waves, there's 7 sound waves that represent the 7 chakras. We have Om for crown, Shum for third eye, Hum for throat, Yum for heart, Rum for solar plexus, Vum for sacral, and Lum for root. So we all kind of have an idea, and we like to participate when we do that. That's where that comes from. All of these things are the utilization of tools. They're like guided blueprints. They give help. Of course, when we're living, we have things set in place in our universe to help us with tools. It is up to us whether or not we feel like that tool is necessary for us. Certain people feel connected to certain types of practices and techniques to help them with their energies, just like you would when you're going to the gym. Some people use certain machines or certain different types of workouts that most benefit them because they know their body. So when you start knowing your mind, you have certain tools to help you out. But I wanted to give an idea to 2 other types of tools to help the average understand these chakras better, understand the energies more thoroughly when we connect it to the electromagnetic spectrum. Because think of this as you were a kid. If you were a kid and you were learning about chakras in school, you wouldn't really care to memorize the definitions or the names or the sounds. What a kid would do, their mind would go to the electromagnetic spectrum, which is visualizing the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So when you are visualizing these colors, you can visualize them within to help activation to that energy. You're connecting these visualizations with the mind and the body. But I believe that everyone and anyone can activate these chakras, and we do subconsciously anyways all the time. Think about it: when we're acting in love, when we're acting in passion, when we're acting in courage, you are activating certain chakras subconsciously all the time. And the reverse, your chakras are not activated when you are not acting within those themes, because you are acting on those low vibrations. You're not acting within your light. You are acting as matter within the physical. So when you start acting with light, which we do again all the time, you're activating your chakras. Everyone and anyone, without any of these tools, without meditation, without getting yourself into specific ideologies and identities and groups, can activate these chakras by simply self-reflection. The more you study your body and your mind, the more you'll understand where you are and where you are in place of your life. So if you're feeling a lack of love in your life, or the opposite, you're not acting with love, you can sit there on your own and realize that the heart chakra is where you need to start activating. Or if you're in fear and you do that self-reflection, you ask yourself, why am I fearful? What can I do to change this? To activate that root chakra, to feel stability, to feel grounded. So we can do this using our own mind, and we do it constantly anyways. If we're aware of these themes and we're aware of our activations, we can master our chakras. We can master the electromagnetic spectrum, the light beings that we are. Bringing in a little bit of etymology, we have head, heaven. Remember that bridge? We have head, heaven, heel, hell. On the bottom of your foot is your soul, because that is the path you walk. I've said this before, religion tells you to look outside of the body. It tells you to look at external forces. And honestly, that's why it tends to drift people away from it, or it brings in the separation, because you have these different religions believing in these different external forces, fighting with one another on which one's right and which one to follow. It brings in the separation, defeats the whole point of unity, whole point of oneness, whole point of enlightenment. But when we look within our bodies, we can find that unity and we can find that connection. We can find that collective within us, because we are all human beings. We are all light. We are all energy. We have earth, moon, and sun. The earth is the body. The moon, lunatic, is the mind. And the sun is the soul. The sun is the main source of energy. It gives life to everything on this earth, which is our body. It gives life to our body. That's how everything lives. We are energy, the main source of energy. It is looking within ourselves to connect ourselves to the outer. The tree of life is the cardiovascular system. The tree of knowledge is the nervous system. 5 fingers, 5 senses, 5 elements. Taste, touch, hear, see, smell. Water, earth, spirit, air, fire. Going off of that common theme of the number 7, all 7 energies are essential to function. So we have the 7 days of the week, 7 metals, 7 chakras, 7 colors, 7 diatonic tones. This common theme of 777. The energies within us is the number 7. We see it not only in the universe and the stars, on the earth, in the light, and within us, in our chakras. So when we talk about not looking outside of our bodies, looking within will help you connect yourself to the matter. It's connecting the mind and the matter to the mind, and activating your chakras to reach that state of bliss. Back to the previous episode, to reach the sacred wisdom, to get through the golden serpent and reach a state of peace, acting within the 7 chakras. Now, to be that person to say, all right, you're talking all crazy, I would make an argument that if I were to read the 7 chakras, unity, perception, the bigger picture, your inner voice, love, self-esteem, creativity, and stability would all be characteristics that every single individual wants, right? Every single individual not only wants to act with those characteristics, but wants to be treated with those characteristics. It is in our bodies, it is in our nature to want the high vibrations. We can't sit here and say that these energies, these themes are wrong. And when we connect them to the stars and to the electromagnetic spectrum, and let's say us as humans, it was a coincidence, or it was a humanistic trait to take this and to take that and to want to combine them. We can say we did that, but these themes and acting in this way and reaching that state of unity is that state of heaven that we all desire and want, is that state of heaven that we can't refuse. So this is a call to be open-minded to some of this stuff. Like I said, identification is not good. Oh my gosh. You know what I should have been doing? I should have done this. Ready? Roy G Bev. I have my own electromagnetic spectrum for these guys. I don't even know what I was talking about. But being open to these concepts by also not identifying to anything, not identifying to any piece of information, but receiving all of it and processing all of it will benefit you into connecting more with your inner energy. It is not a hypothetical. It is not a theory that we are energy. So I would again make the argument that it's not crazy to connect our energies, to connect our consciousness and our minds to gain more prosperity, right? We're doing this through life with lessons and experiences, and we're connecting off one another to gain this wisdom. It's pretty sick. Call to action for yourself, call to openness for yourself, and it will and when you work on yourself, you help everyone around you. And the more each individual works on these energies, the more we all prosper together. Gonna end it off there this week. I hope this was a positive way into understanding our energy a little bit more and into understanding how we can benefit through this information. You can find me on all platforms at official Tony Scardino. Please leave a question. I have a link in my bio. Leave some questions for free will. I want good ones. I keep getting like weird ones. So I want good questions because I do like reflecting off of you guys. Please leave a rate and a review, like, comment, subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff. It helps me out. It encourages me more to be a little bit more confident on myself. Even I can admit that my solar plexus chakra needs some work on. I totally appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you guys apply this. I can't wait to see you guys next week.